Hello, it's maths time. It's our last maths lesson before we break up for half term. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Well done. Months of the year: January, February, March and April. January, February, March and April. January, February, March and April. May, June, July, August, September and October. August, September and October. August, September and October. November, December. Today for maths you had this people who help us counting sheet. Slow down. Just take your time, it's not a race, just very carefully mark them off as you count. How did you get on with that today? Did you get your numbers around the right way? How did you get on with your clock writing yesterday? Let's give you a little quiz. What's the time, Mr. Wolf? Did you say 10 o'clock? Not bad. Okay, how about this one? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? Did you say 5 o'clock? Good job. Okay, how about this one? What's the time, Mr. One of the hands has come off. I know it's o'clock because the long hand's pointing. Oh, hang on. Oh, yes. Sneaky. If they're both there, if that means o'clock. Ah, so that one means o'clock and then the little red one is pointing to 12. So it must be 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock looks like it's hiding. 12 o'clock. Well done. Guess what I did last night? My brother is a little bit older than me, so he goes to bed a little bit later. So I go to bed at 7 o'clock. That's what time I go to bed, 7 o'clock. And my brother goes to bed at 8 o'clock. So I got put to bed at 7. And it got to 7 o'clock and my mummy said, Mrs. Stone, it's time to go to bed now, darling. So I went upstairs to clean my teeth. But before I went upstairs to clean my teeth, I did this. So nobody was watching me. I crept over, and because there's no plastic on this clock, I moved it round so that it said 8 o'clock. So it was actually 7 o'clock. So my mum looked, and I said, oh mum, look at the time. She said, oh, it's 8 o'clock already. That's gone really quickly. Doesn't time fly? So she said, Mrs. Stone's brother, it's bedtime now, it's 8 o'clock. And he said, huh? But she's only just gone to sleep. And my mummy said, yes, but look at the clock, it's 8 o'clock, so it must be bedtime. And he said, and stomped up the stairs. So I got him sent to bed early. I'm going to give you a clock quiz. You don't need to write it down, you can just call out the answers to me. The round part of the clock is called the clock face. If you said face, well done. The two parts on the clock that move are called the hands. Well done if you got that. The hours start at number 1 and they go up to number 12. Well done. Which number sits at the bottom of the clock? Which number sits at the top of the clock? Good job. When the long minute hand points to the 12, we call it what? O'clock. Well done. Our next job is this. Have a look at the whiteboard. Okay guys, so this is our clock, but we've got a problem. the hands are missing. You've got a sheet like this, and can you see the hands are missing? But underneath there's a clue to tell you what time. I'm going to show you a couple of examples on my big clock. Because you need to write the hands on, I'm going to make a suggestion that you use 2 different coloured pens. I want you to use blue for the long minute hand and red for the short hour hand. On my clock, I'm going to make it 5 o'clock. Where should my long minute hand be pointing? You start in the middle and you point it to 12. We know it's 5 o'clock, which number should my hour hand be pointing to if it's 5 o'clock? Yes, number 5. But it's a bit shorter, so I'm going to stop halfway. I'm not going to draw all the way onto my 5, I'm just going to stop halfway. So it might have said 5 o'clock underneath, but you need to change the clock yourselves and put in the right time and put in the hands. Let's try another one. Let's try 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. If it's o'clock, the long blue minute hand will be pointing to 12. If it's 3 o'clock, the short red hour hand will be pointing towards number 3, but don't go all the way. I'm going to show you just one more. I'm going to show you 12 o'clock. So 12 o'clock means that the blue minute hand will be pointing to 12. And if it's 12 o'clock, the red hour hand will also be pointing to 12. So I'm just going to do it here so you can just about see it sneak in just behind there. 12 o'clock, so you've got those to do on your sheet. So this is your first sheet. So that says 8 o'clock. So you need to do your blue pen going up to 12 and your red hand going to 8. I think you can do those. So on the second piece of paper, I'm going to give you a challenge. So that's your first one. You use your red pen and your blue pen. On your next sheet, your challenge is to write your hands both in black pen. If you're writing both hands in black pen, you need to be very, very careful that we can tell them apart. So this says 6 o'clock. So your minute hand that goes up to the 12 needs to be black, but it needs to be long. So just about touching the 12. Your hour hand is also going to be black because some clocks, both hands are black. So it needs to point to 6 but not touching it. Can you just draw it halfway? Do you think you can do that? If that sounds complicated, please check with your parents. So you've got 2 sheets of work to do for maths today, but don't forget it is our last piece of work and we're going to have a break for a few days. Before we go, I've got some good news. Mr. Holditch said he's so proud of your home learning all term that he wants to give us 3 party cubes. 1, 2, 3. Can I get the lid on? Oh, I can still get the lid on. We need a few more. But we've got these party cubes because of your hard work. Sometimes it's not easy to work at home. Sometimes you wake up and you just want to play. But it's really important that we keep our brains growing. So I'm very, very proud of you. And I hope you're saying thank you to your mummies and daddies who are being your new teachers. Have a lovely half term and I'll see you very soon. Bye.